The GS that I've just bought comes with this DIN Hella charging port. That's the really tiny one that BMW use. And although I have got one of those, if I put my adapter in, it comes all the way out to here, and then you've got your wires and what have you sticking off of there. So what I've bought, hopefully you can see this, is a dual USB. Now it's plug and play. The back of that DIN Hella is identical to this, and the wired plug just goes straight into there. So what we're going to do, first we're going to take that off and we're going to fit that. Hopefully that'll give me 2 working USB ports. I think the left one is the basic, like, fast charging. That one's a bit slower, I think, but it would still power what I need it to, like for charging the phone or anything like that. So first off, we've got to get that off, and to do that, hopefully you can see on the back of here, there's 2 little lugs, and there's the same on this DIN Hella fitment. So basically you pinch the plug in and it'll pull off. What I do is just get a little screwdriver in behind and just pop it off that way. Doesn't damage it if you're gentle. It just makes it easier than trying to get your fingers down in there to get it off. So first things first, we've got to get this one off. Hopefully that's not... There we go, that's that plug out. Now on the back of it, on the back of there and the same here, is that size nut. I think, as if by magic, we've got the spanner. This only mounts onto a plastic bracket, so I wouldn't think for 1 minute it's been done up too tight. That's if I can get it on there. There it is. It's just bloody awkward to get in at. Very awkward to get in at, to be honest. See, this is where you cut away and... Oh, you pillock wrong way. This is where you cut away and come back when it's when it's finger loose. And then you could show everybody how good you are and how quickly you can do it. Right, that feels loose now, so yes it is. So we'll just undo that. Okay, so as you can see, that leaves just a plastic bracket, and that is the DIN Hella. So we'll keep that for if we ever sell the bike. Now there is a tiny little, I don't know what you call it, little nodule there, little bit that sticks out. That sits in that little recess there, so it'll only go in the one way. There it is, that's locked into that little recess now. And as I say, it is all plastic, so we don't want to be doing anything up ridiculously tight. Otherwise you're going to be asking for trouble, and it's gonna be snapping things, and we don't really want to be doing that. And once that starts to lock, get your little spanner that it came with. And just nip it up, remembering this is all plastic. It's a metal nut on a plastic thread on a plastic bracket. There we go, perfect. Right, all that's left to do now is the little plug and play block that was on the back. Now when they put this cradle in, they've zip tied the wire for the cradle around that. So what I might do is just slip that back up there, and we're going to get that little plug back in there. He says, come on. There we go. That's in. So hopefully when I fire this up and plug something into it, let me get a little charging cable. Never got one when you want one, typical. That way. Right, that's in port 1. We'll plug that into the phone. Now hopefully when the bike fires up, we should see that says charging. There you go, charging. There we go, charging. So both of those are working. Yes, it's from China. It was 15 quid, but it was sent from the UK, so he's obviously got them in stock. And that replaces that single DIN Hella. I can run 2 USB charging off of that. What I do is I will run my lead from that to there, because in there I've got a USB hub and I've got 4 charging ports on that. So for me, well worth the 15 quid. It's not too much of a ball ache to do it. It is a fiddly job in there, but I mean, at the moment, all looks good. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.